Jason Tadlock, Elkhorn Area School District Superintendent, answering common questions or frequent questions related to the upcoming referendum that is on the ballot for November 5th. This question that we receive is, why did you do the building referendums if you need money? Building referendums, operational referendums are two different beasts altogether. A building referendum is what's called as a debt service. When you go to building referendum, you're basically asking the community for permission to borrow funds to complete a capital project or a building project. In 2014, the district had comprised or put together a facility advisory committee. It was really based off of a facility space study that was needed even before my arrival in the school district. That facility advisory committee and their report are hyperlinked here and available on our website, but they did a study at what the needs were throughout the entire district. The needs were varied and great. It encompassed all the buildings in the school district. It included core spaces at Westside, Tibbetts. They were undersized in order to address the population. It looked at the core space in the high school. The high school cafeteria was really small for the number of students that it had. It also looked at the educational needs, the technology, the vocational programs, the trades, special education, music, band, phy-ed, active learning groups. And then it also looked at the building infrastructures, HVAC, roofs, plumbing, energy efficient improvements, and building site safety, secure entrances, bleachers, and athletics as well. There was well over $40 million of needs identified. If I recall correctly, the original wish list was around $80 million. That facility advisory committee then did a survey of the community to look and see what was the amount that the community was willing to support, and that resulted in what was a phased approach of 2 referendums over a 3-year period, and then the building projects that resulted in that. Keep in mind, this was 2014, which we were still relatively early on in this onset of our revenue limits not keeping up with inflation. You may have seen this chart in other presentations. We were coming out of that budget crisis and that shortfall, and the revenue limits just a few years earlier had stopped being increased with the rate of inflation. So again, but we were making ends meet, we were making it work, and with the adjustments and the cuts that we had made to the budgets for the foreseeable future, we were in pretty good shape. What we didn't anticipate and couldn't anticipate at that time is that the revenue limits would not keep up with inflation for the next decade. You can see the following year, there was a $0 revenue limit increase, and this was the rate of inflation. You'll see in gray, that's the rate of inflation and how much was included on the revenue limit authority that the state provided. I guess, had we anticipated that that was going to be the case, it still wouldn't have changed our building needs and the need to address those. But perhaps it may have even triggered conversations sooner about the need to increase our revenue limit authority and lessen the potential impact on the operational side of our budget, which is what this referendum is related to. So again, the buildings are related to debt service. That's kind of like taking out a mortgage for the home. That money is separate from our operational budget. This chart reflects our operational budget. You can't pay for the debt service with your operational budget. And vice versa. We can't use the debt service funds for our operational. Those are separate silos. Hope that answers the question related to why did we do the building referendums if we needed money. In short, at the time, we did not need an operational referendum, but we had significant space needs throughout the community. It was a community advisory group that looked at it, studied it, and made the recommendation of the school district on how to proceed. That's what was proposed to the community, and that's what was voted on and supported by the community. Thank you very much. Have a great day.